So Rabotai, it says, if you want your friend to always be fond and loving of you, don't be too te'il. That's this slang in Syrian language. What does te'il mean? Jack? What does te'il mean? Te'il means heavy. Heavy. If you want people to love you, don't be too heavy on other people. For example, not Mahmid. Don't be too much in his face. Don't be too much in his face. Meaning to say, you go over him every 5 seconds. How much you have to tawil balak, it says in another Arabic term, meaning be patient already. Every second you by his face, oh here, oh there. They get sick of you sometimes. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that's an important point, because if you always pulling yourself back a little bit, not every single second going to your boy's house, friend's house, then all of a sudden they love it when you actually do come. Wow, how you doing? I missed you. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's a very, very important point I'm telling you right now. It's a very, very important point. He says, right? Pennies be'u usne'echa. Ki mi she'isna bnei adam gam hem yisna'u. Now he says a different point entirely. And that is, if you hate people, people will hate you. Facts. If you don't like others, other people feel it and they won't like you. I always say the story about this, and that is, this guy must vote Mike. Got me a coffee today, huh? All right. So he says like this. There was one time a Mossad. You know what a Mossad is? Mike, you know what a Mossad is? Snitch. You know what it is? Snitch. You ever hear of the expression snitches get stitches? You don't want to snitch, but it's a snitch to the government. He speaks bad on the government. He speaks to the government about this Jew. He calls 311. Oh, by the way, his tree is blocking my sunlight. Please come and handle it. Then he gets a fine for $25,000. I'm not joking. It's a story that happened, by the way. A guy cut down a tree, and he got a fine for $27,000. Guy calls up. Oh, by the way, this tree was giving me shade. The guy cut it down. It was a city's tree, not a private tree. And the fine of cutting down a city tree is $24,000 to $27,000, depending on the age of the tree. They take a. I know it's for a fact. Okay, it happened, and I'm telling you a story. It's crazy. This is something more said. There was one time a fellow. He was more said in the town, but he would come to shul. Shabbat, he would come to shul. So one time the new rabbi in town was there, and he told the gabbai, give him aliyah. He says, Rabbi, but he's more said, don't worry, give him aliyah. He doesn't have chelik lamabam. Don't worry, give him aliyah. He gets up to get aliyah, and I'm not going into was it right, was it wrong, an embarrassment, not embarrassment, but the rabbi got up and said, excuse me, how could you get aliyah? Sit down, please. He was trying to prove a point how bad it is to be mosed, and lo chelik lamabah. It's a very, very harsh to be a snitch. You have to be very, 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 very careful. I know personally one story of mine. It was my next door neighbor actually making construction. And he told me, listen, any problems, call the contractor. So I'm calling the contractor. The guy doesn't pick up my phone. A million times. Finally, I gave him I would never do it, but I gave him a type of threat, a little bit. I texted him, listen, you don't pick up my call, the next time I'm calling 311. I can swear to you, that second he called me up. What do you need? Jack, you heard that? That second he called me up, what do you need? I came down, there's that. And then he tells me a story. He says, I don't know if you were serious with the 311 or not, But all I know is anybody who called 311 on me, I'm saying, again, not to steal or anything like that, just to call 311 randomly. He called 311 randomly, oh, he's not doing Aliyah. He said he got punished. He said he saw it in his own eyes, got punished for something. So you got to be careful. Somebody's going wrong, speak to your rabbi. Say, Rabbi, how do I handle it? Your rabbi will be able to direct you. You understand what I'm trying to say? In any case, what happens? He says, oh, you can't get Aliyah, sorry, this, that. He says, all right. The next day, they see this Mosed, they see this snitch in a marketplace, and the rabbi is walking with the Gabbai and somebody else now, 2 people. And this fellow's coming closer to the rabbi, and now they're very nervous, like, oh my goodness, Rabbi, he's going to punch us. What are we going to do? Let's go back out. He goes there and he says, Rabbi, do you mind if I spit in your Gabbai's face and the other one standing over here? I want to take a nice spit at their face. He says, no, don't do it. So, all right, Rabbi, and I apologize greatly for if I ever offended the rabbi, if I did something wrong to the rabbi. He says, no problem. Just come back with tshuva. And that was the end of that. And when he walked out, when you left, the 2 students tell the rabbi, how you're the one who put him down, and he wants to spit in our face. He says, let me explain to you. What were you thinking when he was coming towards us? What were you thinking? You were thinking, what were you thinking? He says, yeah, he's a rasha. He's a bad guy. He's going to hurt us. He's going to this. He's going to that. That's what you guys were thinking, right? I was thinking this guy deep down, he has an neshama. In 2 seconds, he could change his ways. All he's got to do is spark in his soul, and he'll come back. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking deep down, he doesn't want to do bad. Yetzirah is taking him over, and he could come back in 2 seconds. That's what I was thinking. So he felt my love. But you guys, you were hating on him. He felt the hate. Understand? Because a heart reflects a heart. I could tell if you love me or you don't love me. You could feel the vibe. It's like a vibe that you get. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? You have that sometimes. Right? You'll go to a wedding or things like that, and the guy would be like, you could say, why are you hating on me? He's like, I'm not hating on you. I'm just not saying hello to you. He says, no. You're hating on me because I can feel the vibe that you're not just saying not hello. You're just like, the hate is right there. You understand what I'm trying to say? This is what he's telling you over here. You want to hate somebody? Hate others. Other people, you want people to hate you? If you hate others, people are going to hate you. That's what he's telling you over here. Don't answer, man, but I'm making bracha. Baruch atah Adonai. I was talking about the people on the thing because it's not live. When it's not live, you can't answer. But in any case, that's what he's telling you over here. You hear what I'm trying to say over here? This is a very important point. That's why you show love to people, people will love you more. You feel hate to people, people will hate you because they feel that hate. It's like an automatic type. And it's not a joke, it's a real thing. That's what he's telling you. That's what he's telling you. That's what he's telling you. And he says if you keep on hating on people, it's being bad on you. It's not physically and spiritually it hurts you. Right? That's what he's bringing down. It's an amazing thing. And I just want to see if we have one more over here. And he ends off with one last thing, and this is what I want to end off with. And he writes, for a shop that you're trying to rebuke, and he hates the rebuke, there's certain times where you could have that, excuse me, you could be...
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please repeat it?
Yeah, is that what I'm trying to say? He writes over here, it's a mitzvah for a rasha, for a person, if there's a rasha that you keep on trying to bring him on the derech. You keep on trying. And of course, we're not saying to hate him, not to keep on trying, but he's against Torah. He's against Hashem. That person is a mitzvah, to hate that person. He writes it, mitzvah, Adam Rasha, she'enu mokobel toracha. That's a mitzvah. Says why? Because they hate God. The people who hate Hashem, we hate. You understand what I'm trying to say? Now, you might not know anybody like that, but I'm going to tell you like this. They asked for a big demilla. Why by all the people, all the nations, they put hate? What was Amalek? Why did Amalek come to fight us? He said because Amalek came from Esav. Esav was Yaakov's brother. The worst hate is for a brother hating another brother. If that turns sour, that's the worst. He says if a Jew was on the derech, if a Jew was on the right path, and then he went sour, and then he went off the derech so much so that he's against Judaism, this is the worst type of enemy that the Jew could have. Because I know for a fact, a man came to me. He was married to his wife many years. His wife went sour. His wife went to the left. His wife said, I'm out of religion. She went so bad off that she started an organization to get people off the derech. That person you hate. That person you can hate because that person hates Hashem. Person hates Hashem, you're allowed to hate. So Bezrat Hashem, we should remember these lessons. Always show love to others. Always feel love to others. And like that, listen, the world will be a better place, huh? Stop there.